In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up this Teton Sports Mountain Ultra one-person tent, take it down, pack it up, and also how long it takes. Out of the box, this is what I got. This grey carry bag, 2 compression straps, the tent body, this grey rainfly, the pole in a separate carry case, and stakes and guidelines in another carry case which look like these when you take them out. To set up this Mountain Ultra one-person tent, first unfold the tent body on the ground. Then use 4 of the provided stakes to stake down the 4 corners of the tent lightly, using these webbing loops near the buckles here. Also notice that one corner has red webbing while the other 3 corners are black. After that, grab this orange pole, which is basically just one really long pole. Then put the entire pole together. It's easy to do so, it's connected with shock cords, so you can't really get this wrong. When you're done, the pole will look like this. Now connect one end of the pole to the 2 grommets on one side of the tent. You may have to unstake each side of the tent to do so. This is what the pole and grommets will look like. After that, go to the other side of the tent, pick the pole up, arch it, and connect the other end of the pole to the other 2 grommets. Again, this is what it looks like when you're done. Then locate the black pole clips on the tent body and connect them intuitively to the orange pole. There are a total of 6 pole clips to be connected to the orange pole, and here's what each pole clip looks like up close. At the top of the tent, you'll notice that this short pole can be rotated on the spot. Make sure to position this pole across the tent like this. Now connect one end of this short pole to the grommet at one side of the tent. Then reach across the tent and do the same with the other side. This is what the short pole and the 2 grommets will look like when you're done. Next, grab the grey rainfly and look for the red webbing on the rainfly. This is to be positioned with the other red webbing on the tent body. Then drape the rainfly over the tent, and it's easy to do so once you've got that red webbing. Remember that the other 3 corners are black, so it's nice to have this color coding. Before buckling the rainfly up, lift it up first and look for these Velcro strips on the underneath of the rainfly to be attached to the orange pole like this. There are 2 of these Velcro strips, one on each side of the tent. Now go ahead and fasten the 4 buckles of your rainfly to the buckles at the 4 corners of the tent, like so. To tighten and secure each buckle, pull the rainfly strap with one hand and pull the buckle strap with your other hand. Do this for all 4 buckles until they're all secured. After that, you can go ahead and restake the 4 corners of the tent if you need to. Then pick up 2 more stakes and stake down the vestibule at the front of the tent after making sure that the vestibule is zipped up. Then go to the back of the tent, pull the rainfly away from the tent and stake that down too. Next, look for these 2 guy out points or loops on the outside of the rainfly for attaching the 2 provided guy lines. I usually use just a simple hitch to attach the guy lines, and there's 1 guy line to be attached on each side of the tent. Now guy out the Mountain Ultra tent with both guy lines and open up the rainfly vent at the back of the tent. Please help me smash that like button if this has been helpful, I really appreciate it. Altogether, it took me just 4.5 minutes to set up the entire tent on my own, and here's a full time lapse of it. I usually leave the guy lines attached to save some time. Taking down the tent is just the opposite of the setup, and it took me about 5.5 minutes for the entire takedown and pack up. And here's how I normally pack my Mountain Ultra tent up. I usually fold the tent body in half just once and then twice, because then it gets small enough to fit back into the carry bag. As for the rainfly, I usually just keep folding it in half about 5 or 6 times or so, while tucking all the guy lines and buckles in nicely until it gets small enough to fit on the tent body like this. Then I put the orange pole as well as the stakes on the rainfly. After that, I roll up the tent body with everything tucked inside nicely. As I roll it up, I gently squeeze as much air out as possible, which is pretty easy to do. After that, you can use the compression straps to tie everything together. And this all fits back into the carry bag super easily. I'll leave 2 videos here for more info on this tent. One is a rain test on this Mountain Ultra one-person tent, and the other is a complete review. Thank you for watching, and I'll see ya in the next one.